Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. How are you doing today? Hello. Hello, guys. How are you today?
Fine.
That's good to know. Hello, everybody. Good afternoon, everybody. Okay, guys. Let's continue then. Let's continue. All right, just a second.
Hi, teacher.
Hello, everybody. How are you doing today? Did you have a nice morning?
Yeah, the sun is really good.
Yeah, it's finally sunny. It's been a long time without that. All right, good. So now, let's. Yeah. It's always good. There are a lot of studies that show that in countries where it gets really dark for a long time, people start getting depressed. Like for example, in Scandinavian countries, you know this, or in countries like Finland, for example, half the year is really dark. It's almost like they have a 6-month night, almost like that, right? So people start getting depressed, especially because of the long winter and everything. So the sun has proven to be something that helps with our mood, right?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, guys. So let's continue with what we were seeing yesterday. And let's do a little bit of listening. Let me just manage this screen a little bit. Okay. So, not in our lifetime. This is what we were starting to see yesterday, but we didn't continue. We didn't fully continue with this, right? So, not in our lifetime. As we were saying yesterday, it's like saying no mientras vivamos, no durante nuestra vida, ¿no es cierto? It probably will happen later. It'll probably happen later, but not while we are alive, but after that, right? So not in our lifetime. Okay, so let's take a look at this. Listen to people discuss changes that will affect these topics in the future, okay? Affect these topics in the future. Write down 2 changes for each topic. So we already went through the topics. We had crime, space travel, environment, which you told me the meaning of, energy, and money, right? Okay, so try to write a change for each one of these, okay? They're gonna be saying 2 changes for each, okay? Let's listen then.
Page 68, Exercise 11, Listening. Not in our lifetime.
Can you hear the audio?
Yes, teacher.
Yes,
Right.
teacher.
Thank you. All right, so let's continue.
Part A. Listen to people discuss changes that will affect these topics in the future. Write down 2 changes for each topic. 1. Crime.
Well, I think crime will completely change in the future.
How so?
Nowadays, people use their debit and credit cards more than they use cash. How we spend money is changing. I think there will be less street crime in the future. Crime will become more intelligent and digital. There will be more computer hacker criminals.
That sounds more serious.
I know. Crimes will definitely become more severe. Instead of stealing some cash from my purse, a criminal could go online to my bank account and steal a lot more. It's scary to think about.
2. Space travel.
All right, before we continue, remember, if you want to talk, you can turn on your microphone. But before we continue, what future changes did you get for crime? What things do they mention in the audios?
There will be less street crime.
Very good. There will be less street crime. Very good. Very good. So that's one. And what is the other thing that they mentioned?
There will be more computer hacker
Crime
criminals.
is more.
Yes, very good. Very good. Awesome. So let's take a look at what the book says for this part. And yes, very good. So for crime, there will be less street crime. Perfect. And crime will become more intelligent. Exactly what you said. So very good, girls. Crime will become more intelligent and digital, and there will be more computer hacker criminals. You all know what a hacker is, right? I would suppose so.
Yes.
All right, very good. So yeah, very good, very good. Now, let's go into space travel, okay? Let's go into space travel. Or before we go into space travel, let's listen to the part about crime again, but this time, let's also use the text. Let's use the script. Do you remember what is the meaning of script? Well, script is el guión, si se quiere, the script. It's like the text for a book, for a movie, or for a play. I mean a theater play, right? So that's what it is. Okay, so let's take a look at the script and listen again, okay?
Page 68. Exercise 11. Listening. Not in our lifetime. Part A. Listen to people discuss changes that will affect these topics in the future. Write down 2 changes for each topic.
Now, before we continue, when you hear these, this announcer that is telling us the command, the things that we have to do, is this American English or British English? What do you think? Very good. Yes, that's right. This is American English. This is American English, right? And remember that my accent, my particular accent and way of speaking is much closer to American English than anything else, right? For example, this is American English. Listen to people discuss changes that will affect these topics in the future, right? How does a British person say this? It would be something like, listen to people discuss changes that will affect these topics in the future. Future, right? So that is the way a British person pronounces this. All right, anyway, let's continue.
1. Crime.
Well, I think crime will completely change in the future.
How so?
How so? It's like saying, ¿cómo así? No?
Nowadays, people use their debit and credit cards more than they use cash. How we spend money is changing.
Question, what is the meaning of nowadays? What is the meaning of nowadays?
Hoy en día.
Hoy en día, that's right. Very good. Perfect. Very good.
I think there will be less street crime in the future. Crime will become more intelligent and digital. There will be more computer hacker criminals.
That sounds more serious.
I know. Crimes will definitely become more severe.
Maybe this word is new, right? Severe. But it's very easy to understand. This is not a false friend. This is a true friend. But anyway, maybe you didn't know it, right? Severo in English, severe. So just remember, how do you say severo in English?
Severe.
Very good. Very good. Yes, severe. Correct. And what is the meaning of this word? Instead. Instead. Do you know this one? The one next to severe, instead. For example, instead of, en lugar de, correcto, en lugar de, en vez. That's right, very good. So, instead of stealing some cash from my purse, do you know what is the meaning of purse? Purse? Most women carry a purse around, and in their purses, most women put their documents, their money, sometimes makeup, sometimes accessories, other things that they might need, their keys. So a purse. What is a
Bolso.
bolso?
Bolso.
Cartera, sobre todo. That's right. Correct. Una cartera, that's right. Ajá.
Bolso.
A veces en español le decimos cartera a la que típicamente usan los hombres también, ¿no? Pero esa en inglés sería wallet, que seguramente sí le conocían, ¿no es cierto? So, for example, I used to carry a wallet with me before the quarantine, you know? I used to carry a wallet with me. And I don't know, my sisters and my sisters used to carry a purse with them, okay? So yeah, that is the thing, all right? Good. Now, and how do you say in English, robar? How do you say robar?
Still.
Steal. Very good. Yes, very good, very good.
Still.
And how do you say in English, todavía?
Almost.
Almost es más bien como casi. Almost más bien es casi. How do you say todavía?
Still.
Still, that's right. So now, how do you say robar? And how do you say todavía?
Still.
Still.
Yeah, good. It's very similar. Just for a moment, before we continue listening to these, let me show you something that is interesting that I've been meaning to talk about for a few days now, but the chance didn't arise. Just a second here, and let me show you something. Okay, let's do this. Just a second until I'm ready. Sometimes, computers get a little bit slow, but there we go. I think we're ready now. Just a second there. Well, anyway, as we were saying, still and steal, right? So very, very similar, right? Todavía y robar. Todavía y robar. Right, there we go. Are you able to see the word screen right now?
Yes, teacher.
All right, thank you very much. Yeah, it's always good for me when you let me know. Excellent. So let's make a little table here. All right, so for example, let's take a look at these words. So you have steal, right? What is the meaning of steal? One more time. Yes, that's right. Robar, that's right. And we have this one. What is the meaning of this one?
Todavía.
That's right. Now, what is the difference in pronunciation? What is the difference in pronunciation between the two? Listen very carefully, okay? Listen very carefully. This one is steal, and this one is still. Very similar, right? Very similar. You might say almost no difference, practically no difference, but there is a difference, okay? I'm going to say this one 3 times and this one 3 times, all right? So 3 times for each one, okay? Let's see. Steal, steal, steal. Still, still, still. Okay, one more time. Steal, steal, steal. Still, still, still. Very little difference, you notice? Very little difference. The thing is that it's very similar to what I was saying the other day about this. How do you say in English, vivir? Life sería vida más bien, no olviden eso, ¿no? Life, like this, life es vida, ajá, y lo pronunciamos pues así, ¿no es cierto? Life. Esto sería vida, right? Very good. But yeah, many of you said live, correct? This is sort of pronounced like this. This is like the closest thing we can represent in Spanish to convey this pronunciation, right? So, vivir, right? Now, so don't forget, life, vida, live, vivir. How do you say yo vivo mi vida?
I live my life.
Yeah, that's right. Very good.
I live my life.
Yes, I live my life. Very good. I live my life. Y que nadie se meta, ¿no es cierto? I live my life. All right, very good. Yes, very good. So live. So notice something. Leave. But we also have this word. What is the meaning of this one? Before I say it, what is the meaning of this one?
Salir.
No, leave.
Podría ser como salir, como marcharse, sobre todo, irse.
Partir
Saben que
de
ir también es
lugar.
go, ¿no? Pero noten una cosa. Ir es go y leave como irse, pero go, cuando yo diga go, whenever I say go in English, I am focusing on my destiny or my destination, the place where I'm going. For example, I go to work at 7. Yo voy al trabajo a las 7. Y al mismo tiempo podría decir, I leave my house at 7. Yo me voy de la casa a las 7. Y noten, en español es igual, me voy al trabajo, me voy de la casa. En español diferenciaría por la preposición a o de, me voy o al, ¿no? Me voy al trabajo, me voy de la casa, ¿sí? Entonces, en inglés no es solo por la preposición, I go to work, I go to work, and I leave my house, o en ese caso ni siquiera uso preposición, ¿no? Pero noten que en inglés la diferencia entre leave y go is this. When you say go, you are focusing on your destination. And when you say leave, you are focusing on your place of origin, su lugar de origen, donde estaban. Or, para que se entienda más claro, the place where you are, el lugar en donde están, and you will not be in anymore. El lugar en el que están y en el que ya no estarán, ¿no es cierto? Cuando se vayan, okay? So that is the difference between go and leave. Don't forget that, okay? So, marcharse, irse. También podría ser, this could also be, dejar, right? Dejar algo o a alguien, ¿sí? No dejes tus llaves aquí. Don't leave your keys here, right? Or, I don't know, Mary broke up with John, and John says, don't leave me. My life will be destroyed if you leave me. Okay, something like that. So, dejar también, ¿no? Dejar una cosa o a alguien, all right? Very good. O, qué sé yo, no le dejes a tu hermano solo. Don't leave your brother here alone. Okay, so things like that as well. All right, very good. But now, what is my focus now? Notice, this one is pronounced leave, and this one is pronounced live. All right, again, very, very similar. Very similar. You're probably not even noticing the difference, right? So the first one, maybe some of you are, maybe some of you aren't. Maybe many of you already know what I'm talking about. Maybe perhaps most of you, but I'm not sure. Maybe many of you, maybe just a few of you know what I'm talking about. But anyway, these might be useful for several. Anyway, so live, leave. That is the difference. Live, vivir. Leave, marcharse o dejar. Again, I'm going to say them 3 times, okay? The first one, live, live, live. And this one, leave, leave, leave. Do you notice a difference?
Yes.
There is a difference, right? There is a difference. Ahora, notice that in Spanish, well, you know that a lot of times I do this, right? I put it between slashes, le pongo entre slashes, y no, aquí debería escribir la escritura fonética, ¿no? Pero ustedes no conocen necesariamente, tal vez alguien por ahí, pero asumiría que la mayoría no, y no es un curso de eso lo que estamos viendo, porque eso es todo un tema largo, ¿no? La escritura fonética es precisamente una que nos conlleva todos los sonidos que los humanos emitimos en los distintos idiomas que hay. It is a form of conveying every sound, every phoneme that humans can produce, right? But that's not what we're learning. And since that is not what we are learning, I'm just simplifying it this way, like writing things like in Spanish, right? So, for example, here, life. Como si en español lo escribiésemos así, pues, ¿no es cierto? Para la pronunciación, life. How do you pronounce this? Life, right? This is life. Your life, my life. How do you pronounce this? Bueno, para estos dos, pues aquí sí, se me complica la escritura en español porque ambos serían como I, ¿no? Pero esta es una I, noten, esta es una I más aguda. Esta es una I bien similar a la del español mismo. Leave, leave, I, A, E, I, O, U, ¿no es cierto? Leave. But this one, más bien el que se escribe con I, es una I un poquito jalada hacia E ligeramente, ¿no? Notice that. It is that sound like E in Spanish, but with a slight tendency towards E. No llega a ser E, pero un poquito, ¿no? So this one is live. I live in Cuenca, but I will leave Cuenca next year, right? Can you translate that to Spanish, what I said? I'm going to say it again, okay? Listen carefully. I live in Cuenca, but I will leave Cuenca next year. What is the meaning of that?
Yo vivo en Cuenca, pero me marcharé de Cuenca el siguiente año.
Excellent. Exactly. Very, very good. Very good, very good. Great. So, and notice, now I'm going to make it in slow motion, okay? I live in Cuenca, but I will leave Cuenca next year. So, as you can see, there is a little difference. Si ustedes quieren esto, esta I sería como una fusión entre E y EI, pero no tengo, a menos que usara los símbolos fonéticos, es un poco difícil representarlo gráficamente, pues, ¿no? But anyway, notice the same thing happens here with robar and todavía. Steal and still, right? There is a little difference here. There is a little difference here. So I could put, considering these columns, where would you put this one, leave? Would you put it here below this still or below still? Where would you put leave? Below the first one or the second one?
Second.
Yes. Below the first one. That's right. These two have a very similar sound. Still, leave. Es la I bien aguda como en español, ¿sí? But this one, vivir, this would be live, okay? Still, live. Notice that. Still, leave, live, okay? There is a slight difference. Hay una sutil diferencia. No, there is a subtle difference, a slight difference. How do you say, I don't know, for example, how do you say, yo todavía vivo con mis padres? How do you say that in English?
I still live with my parents.
That's right. I still live with my parents. Correct. Very good. Now, there's another typical one, a very, very typical one. How do you say llave, like to open a door? How do you say llave in English?
Key.
Yes, very good. And that pronunciation was very good. A lot of people say key. Mucha gente dice key. Pero key es el que venden las señoras en María Auxiliadora o cosas así, ¿sí? Entonces, no lo dirán así, right? Key, very good. O el que vendían antes de la cuarentena. Right, anyway, key. Como cuando Goku elevaba su ki, ¿se acuerdan? Right? So, that is the way we say it in English. Key, very good, key. Now, what is the plural of key? How do you say llaves in English? Llaves. Keys. Very good, very good. And what does this remind you of? What is a similar word to this? ¿A qué palabra les recuerda esto?
Teacher.
To kiss.
A beso podría ser, exactamente.
Maybe we can do a comparison about leaf, about las hojas de los árboles.
Oh, that's an interesting one. We'll do it in just a moment, okay? We'll do it, but good suggestion. Thank you for the suggestion. That's a very good one, okay? Now, so for example, we have these keys, and we have, how do you say beso in English?
Kiss.
Yes, but notice something. Noten algo muy bien, solo que, como lo dijeron ustedes, está sonando un poco más como llaves. Sí, entonces noten que llaves es bastante agudo. Keys, ¿no es cierto? Keys. Pero dado que esto sonaba still, live, ¿cómo creen que suena beso? Sí, es un poquito más jalado hacia ahí, ¿no? Es un poco más jalado hacia ahí. Still, live, kiss, kiss. All right? So this is kiss and this is kiss. I'm sorry. I said the same thing. One more time. This is kiss and this is kiss. Kiss. Si es I todavía, noten, no es E, no llega a ser E. Si es una I medio jalada hacia ahí, ¿sí? Entonces, kiss. Tampoco llega a ser kiss, ¿no? No llega a ser kiss. ¿Qué es pues eso? No. Entonces, no llega tanto, ¿no? No llega a ser kiss. No llega a ser kiss. Pero sí es un poquito más jalado hacia ahí. Noten? All right. Now, I'm going to say all the three on the left column, all right? And please repeat them, okay? Repeat them. Now, I'm going to say them, all right? Steal, leave, keys. Now you. Yes, very good. One more time. One more time. Everybody. Everybody. Steal, leave, keys.
Steal, leave, keys.
Very good. Very good. And now let's do this one. Now let's do this one. Still, live, kiss.
Still,
Yes, very good. Very good. And so it's very useful to differentiate these two, right? Buena cosa diferenciar estas dos bastante bien, ¿no? Si no, a lo mejor ustedes les pidieron las llaves y dieron otra cosa. Se meten en problemas por ahí, right? O a lo mejor por el otro lado se perdieron de algo mejor de lo que esperaban. Entonces, es bueno saberlo, ¿no es cierto? Yeah, it's good to know. It's good to know, right? Oh, let me just plug in my computer because I am running out of battery. So, do you remember that phrasal verb, run out? Como correr y afuera, ¿no? Pero era cuando uno se le agota, se le acaba algo, ¿se acuerdan? Ran out. So I'm running out of battery, but now I plugged it in. Another phrasal verb. I plugged in my computer, right? Conecté mi computadora. Right, very good. Let's go back to this. So let's go back. Let's go back to this. Question. What is the meaning of this? What is the meaning of the word this?
Esto.
Esto, very good. Esto también podría ser este o esta, ¿no? For example, I don't like this. I don't like this. Or, I don't know, I don't like this. Or, this is my car. Or, this is my house. Or, I don't know. Yeah, this is my house. Esta es mi casa. Right. Okay, very good. This is my computer. Esta es mi computadora. So, esto, este o esta. Yeah, very good, very good. Now, what is the meaning of the following word? What is the meaning of this word?
Estas.
Yes, very good. Estos o estas. That's right, very good. So this would be the singular, and this is the plural. All right, very good. But notice, again, we have a difference in pronunciation here. How do you pronounce the first one? How do you pronounce the first one?
This.
Yeah, that's right. Excellent. This. This is my house. Esta es mi casa. Very good. This. No llega a ser una E, ¿no? Lo pronunció muy bien ahí. No llega a ser una E. Es una I medio jalada E, ¿no? This. This. Comparen con esta. Esta que más bien tiene las Es es la que menos E suena, ¿no? O sea, desde la perspectiva del español. How do you pronounce this one?
This.
These. Very good. This one is these. Everything we have on the left column es como la I del español. Todas las que tenemos a la izquierda son como la I del español. Y las que tenemos a la derecha son como una I, pero una I medio que jala hacia E, ¿no es cierto? Una I que está medio con un sonido fusionado entre I y E. No es como IE, sino es como si pudiésemos montar la I y la E en una sola, ¿no? Como si se fusionasen en un solo sonido. Les hago notar lo siguiente. Pongan esta analogía. Notice this analogy. Well, let's think of colors for a moment. Let's think of colors. Have you ever mixed colors? I don't know. Have you ever used watercolors to paint now or when you were children or something? Probably you have, right? And how do you get the color? How do you get the color Orange. How do you make that color? What do you combine?
Red plus
Red and yellow.
Red and yellow. That's right. Red and yellow. How do you get purple? How do you get purple?
Red and blue.
Blue
And red.
That's right. Red and blue, blue and red. Very good. How do you get green?
Yellow.
Blue and yellow.
Yellow and blue. That's right. Or blue and yellow. Yellow and blue to make green. So imagine that. Imagine that. Imagínense que si la I es... no pongamos amarillo, hagamos una cosa. Hagamos mejor la analogía con el morado para que se vea mejor, ¿ok? Si la I es azul y la E es roja, imaginémonos eso, ¿no? Si la I es azul y la E es roja, pues el sonido que tenemos en estas palabras con la I es morado. Más o menos esa es la idea, ¿no es cierto? Digamos que es algo así como el sonido, este es un 70% I y un 30% E. Por eso les estoy haciendo un morado más hacia azul. All right? So that is the idea. Do you get it? So this is like a fusion sound. It's like a fusion sound. That's right. We don't have the sound in Spanish. We don't have this phoneme in Spanish. No tenemos este fonema en español, no este sonido. But in English we do. So one more time, listen to me. So left and right, okay? Steal, still. Leave, live. Kiss, kiss. This, this. All right? Do you get it? All right, very good. Very good. Yeah, good. Oh, no, a question. I'm remembering something. One more time. How do you say robar in English?
steal.
Very good. And how do you say in English acero? The metal. How do you say acero?
Steel.
Yes, very good. So, for example, Superman is the man of steel, right? Just in case, iron is hierro, and steel, acero, que no son iguales, son parecidos pero no iguales, ¿no? They are similar, but they are definitely not the same, okay? So now, notice this, the pronunciation of robar and acero is the same in English, all right? These two are pronounced the same, okay? So, one more time, how do you say robar? Yeah. How do you say acero? How do you say acero?
Steel.
Steel. Very good. Steel. Very good. And how do you say todavía?
Still.
Yeah, still. Still. That's right. That's right. Very good. Now, how would you say? So these two, robar y acero, they have the same pronunciation, but todavía is a little bit different, okay? It's slightly different, ligeramente diferente. All right, very good. Now, how would you say this in English? How would you say this? Yo todavía robo acero. How do you say that in English? Yo todavía robo acero.
I still steal.
Excellent. Very good. Very good. I still steal. Very good. One more time. That was perfect, by the way. Very good job, guys. Now, I'm going to say it one more time, and everybody repeat it, okay? Turn on your microphones, and everybody listen to me, and then repeat it, okay? I still steal. Now you.
I still
steal.
Very good. One more time. I still steal.
I
Still steal.
Excellent. Very good. Very good. You make me happy. Good job, everybody. Very good. Very good. So remember that. Remember that. Sometimes we have this thing that happens when we just have an I. It sounds like E, yes, but sometimes it has a tendency, a little bit of a tendency towards the letter E in Spanish, E, right? La letra E. And notice that in many cases, usually, cuando la I en una palabra no está sonando como I, que a veces pasa, ¿no? Por ejemplo, hielo, ice, pues no es cierto, pero en palabras como estas, que la I no está sonando I, no suena tampoco tan I, suena como una I, casi siempre jaladita a E, ¿sí? Y así tiende a ser el sonido de la I en inglés. Nuevamente, a menos que esté sonando I, pues, ¿no es cierto? Como eyes, como, might, fight, things like light, things like that, all right? However, in many cases, that isn't much of a problem, right? In many cases, that isn't much of a problem. En muchos casos no hay mucho problema porque por más que no lo estén pronunciando perfecto, pues es entendible, ¿no? Y no hay con qué perderse, ¿sí? Pero de vez en cuando tengo estos. Sometimes I have this minimal pairs. Sometimes I have this minimal pairs. And when you have these minimal pairs, you have to establish a difference, or otherwise, what you say is going to get confused with a different word, okay? So it's important to know that. Now, having said that, it is also true that context helps a lot. For example, si ustedes se estaban refiriendo a todavía y dijeron más como I, still, con acento, pero por el contexto de lo demás que dijeron, podría entender un nativo hablante que se refieren a todavía. Sin embargo, mucho mejor si lo podemos pronunciar casi a la perfección, pues, ¿no es cierto? Y de lo que oí, de quienes participaron en este momento, pues, muy bien. It was very good. It was very good. All right. There is one more example. There is one more example of this. How do you say in English, comer? How do you say comer?
Eat.
And where would you put that word? Where would you put that word? In the first column or in the second column?
In the first one.
Yes, in the first. So it sounds I, una I bien aguda, ¿no es cierto? Eat, eat. And what is the pronoun? What is the pronoun that we use for a thing?
It.
Yes, excellent pronunciation, by the way. It. It. Entonces, noten que este no suena tan it como a veces pensábamos, suena un poquito más jalado ahí, pero solo un poquito. Tampoco es it, ¿no es cierto? Es it. It. Right? So very good. This one is it. This one is it. All right? So for example, I'm going to say, I don't know, let's suppose I am speaking about, let's put this example. You know what? I bought a tarantula and now it's my pet. Okay? Do you like tarantulas?
No.
No, me neither. Yo tampoco. I'm just making an example here, all right? Now, and the friend says, really? What does it eat? What is the meaning of it? How do you say this in Spanish? What does it eat?
¿Qué es lo que come?
Yes, exactly. Very good. But and now notice the pronunciation. What does it eat? Now in slow motion, okay? What does it eat? What does it eat? Do you notice?
Yes.
All right,
Yes.
very good. So what does it eat? Let's repeat. What does it eat?
What does it eat?
Awesome. Very good. Awesome job. Great. Great. Very good. And I don't know. What does it eat? Any idea? It eats
Fly?
what?
Insects.
Insects. Yeah, that's right. It eats insects. It eats mice. Did you know that? Las tarántulas comen ratones, entre otras cosas. Very gruesome, right? Awful to think, but yeah. All right, everything's fine now. Let's forget about tarantulas and mice, all right? So, of course, this is that we are studying right now, this thing that we are studying right now, it is not included in the book anywhere, but it is, I do believe it is important for you to realize these little pronunciation patterns that we have, because this definitely can improve your English in many ways, right? These little pieces of information that I give you that are outside the book, if you will, all right? So that was one thing, okay? Now, let's go back to the book now for a moment. let's listen to this again, all right?
I know. Crimes will definitely become more severe. Instead of stealing some cash from my purse, a criminal could go online to my bank account and steal a lot more. It's scary to think about.
2. Space travel.
All right, so that was the thing about crime, right? So yeah, what you said was fine. There will be less street crime and there will be more virtual crime, if you will, right? Computer crime, hackers and everything, okay? Now let's listen to space travel, okay? Let's listen to space travel. Again, remember, try to tell me what are the predictions, what are the future changes that might happen with space travel, okay? Listen to it, please.
Do you really think people will live in space in the future? I don't know if I believe that.
Oh, definitely. I think within 100 years, people will be living on other planets.
Really? Like you and I could be living on another planet?
Well, not in our lifetime. But I think within the next 50 years, humans will have traveled to other galaxies.
Yes, I agree with that. And what about extraterrestrial life? Will we have made contact with aliens from other galaxies?
I don't know. But if we do, I sure hope they're friendly.
All right, so what are a couple of future changes that they predict for space travel? Remember to turn on your microphones, okay?
People will be living in other planets.
Yeah, we will visit other planets. People will live in other planets. That's very good. Very good. People will live in other planets. Nothing live para vivir, ¿no es cierto? And what is another prediction?
Travel to other galaxy.
Yeah, that's right. People will travel to other galaxies. What do you think? And he also mentioned within what time range, right? También mencionó dentro de qué tiempo. Do you remember what is the time that he mentioned for these things to happen?
50 years.
Yeah,
In the
that's
next
right.
50 years.
Within the next 50 years. Do you think that's possible? Do you agree with him?
He mentioned 6 months.
Yeah, that he also mentioned that, other things. That's right. That's right. Correct. But do you think this might happen in 50 years?
50 years to
Yes.
travel to other galaxies and 100 years, I think, to live in other planets.
Yeah, because it's a very different thing as well, right? So yeah. Very good, very good. I agree with you. Now, let's listen to this again and let's take a look at the script, okay? So let's read and listen. Let's read and listen. So space travel one more time. You have to excuse me that this audio bar, esta barra de audio, in the previous systems, en los programas previos que había del curso de inglés, it was easier to handle, era más fácil de manipular con facilidad, pero ahora se salta mucho, ¿no? All right. Let me put it there. It was in 102, era en el 102, pero voy a estar tonteando mucho. Mejor esos 4 segundos aguantémoslo del audio anterior, ¿ok?
2.
Now,
Space travel.
Very good, very good. Space travel.
Do you really think people will live in space in the future? I don't know if I believe that.
Oh, definitely. I think within 100 years, people will be living on other planets.
So first he mentioned that, right? Within 100 years. Dentro de los próximos 100 años, ¿no es cierto? Noten que si yo digo in 100 years, eso será dentro de 100 años, en 100 años. O sea, tienen que pasar 100 años para que eso ocurra. Pero si digo within 100 years, podría ser en máximo 100 años. Podría ser antes también, ¿sí?
Really? Like you and I could be living on another planet?
Well, not in our lifetime. But I think within the next 50 years, humans will have traveled to other galaxies.
Yes, I agree with that. And what about extraterrestrial life? Will we have made contact with aliens from other galaxies?
I don't know. But if we do, I sure hope they're friendly.
All right, very good. So yeah, in the last part, they also mentioned aliens, but they are not sure about that. However, his prediction, the prediction of the man, is that we will for sure travel to other galaxies within the next 50 years and live in other planets within the next 100 years. I would go the other way around. Yo diría más bien al revés. To travel to another galaxy requires a lot more technology than what we have now for traveling. They are too far away. It would be easier to live in Mars. Sería más fácil vivir en Marte que llegar a otra galaxia de momento, ¿no es cierto? Right, very good. Now, let's talk about environment. Let's listen to this part about the environment, okay? No audio first. Remember, try to tell me what are the future changes that you listen for this part, okay? How is the environment going to change according to the people that are talking, okay?
From other galaxies?
I don't know. But if we do, I sure hope they're friendly.
Now.
3. Environment.
Every time I read the newspaper, there's another environmental disaster. Do you think environmental problems will eventually become a thing of the past?
Definitely. There are some amazing ideas to clean up our oceans. I think in the next 20 years, we will have cleaned up all the trash in the oceans.
I sure hope so. Some of those garbage patches in the ocean are larger than some countries.
I know. I read that non-biodegradable trash is the biggest problem in the oceans and on land.
Non-biodegradable trash, like plastic?
Exactly. I think in the next 30 years, we will have eliminated plastic and found materials to use that are better for the environment.
All right, very good. Don't forget to turn on your microphone if you want to speak. What are the future changes that they mentioned regarding the environment?
A way to clean the oceans.
Yeah, that's right. According to them,
years.
yes, according to them, we will have cleaned the oceans in the next 30 years. I think she mentioned, right? And what is another? Sorry, can you repeat that, please?
We have eliminated plastic.
Yes, we'll have gotten rid. Remember something. Get rid of es deshacerse de, ¿no? Get. El get tiene tantos usos. En la próxima clase también veremos un poco más del get, aunque usando un video que va a ser interesante. But anyway, so get rid of. Yes, very good. Deshacerse de. We will have gotten rid of plastic. Nos habremos deshecho del plástico. According to her, we will find better materials, right? Okay, let's listen to this one more time and let's also read this time, okay?
From other galaxies?
I don't know. But if we do, I sure hope they're friendly.
3. Environment.
Every time I read the newspaper, there's another environmental disaster. Do you think environmental problems will eventually become a thing of the past?
Definitely. There are some amazing ideas to clean up our oceans. I think in the next 20 years, we will have cleaned up all the trash in the oceans.
So very well. What you said was very good. So in the next 20 years, we will have cleaned up all the trash in the oceans, right? Habremos limpiado toda la basura de los océanos en los próximos 20 años, according to her, de acuerdo a ella. Now, in my personal opinion, I think this is technologically possible, but because of economical reasons, people are not willing to do so, because plastic is still very good business, right? Okay, let's continue listening.
I sure hope so. Some of those garbage patches in the ocean are larger than some countries.
Remember what is the meaning of large? Do you remember what is large? Pequeño tip, no es largo, aunque tiene toda la pinta de largo. Yes, that's right, grande. Correct, grande. So, algunos de esos patches, ¿cómo traducir patch? Patch puede ser como parche, ¿no? Pero se refiere a esto, podríamos decir estos parches de suciedad, pero a lo que se refiere es a acúmulos, ¿no es cierto?, de basura. Algunos de esos acúmulos de basura en el océano son más grandes que algunos países, right? Some of those garbage patches in the ocean are larger than some countries, and that is true. That is true. Eso es verdad. Actually, that is true. Like there is a garbage island in the Atlantic Ocean. Is it the Atlantic or the Pacific? I don't remember very well, but it is larger than France. Think about that. There is a garbage island that is larger than France. Anyway, let's continue listening.
I know. I read that non-biodegradable trash is the biggest problem in the oceans and on land.
Non-biodegradable trash, like plastic?
Exactly. I think in the next 30 years, we will have eliminated plastic and found materials to use that are better for the environment.
Mm-hmm. Actually, you know, again, what I was saying, nowadays it might be possible to develop a lot of materials that are more friendlier towards the environment, right? Friendlier towards the environment. However, plastic is still very good business, and there are monopolies and everything. So that is one of the things that happen, right?
4.
Okay, let's listen to 4, energy. Just listen and tell me what changes you hear, okay?
Energy.
You know, I was reading this article about energy of the future. Fossil fuels like oil and coal have become our main energy sources.
Yeah, but we need safer energy.
This article says we're making progress with other kinds of energy. It predicts that in 50 years, we will be using only green energy sources, like wind and solar energy.
Wouldn't that be wonderful?
And it said that with electronic devices, we won't have to wait for them to charge. We'll be able to charge our phones or computers in just a few minutes.
All right. What are the changes they predict for the future of energy?
We are going to use only green energy.
Very good. We're only going to use green energy. Very good. So, you know, green, like the color, is a term that is very commonly used in English for ecological things, right? We have the word ecological, sí tenemos la palabra ecológico, but we don't use it a lot in English. In English, it is much more common to say green. So yeah, very good, very good. That is one of the predictions. What is another prediction about energy in the future? Not sure? Let's listen to, just to finish, we'll leave money for tomorrow, okay? But let's listen to energy one more time. Let's do it with the script this time.
4. Energy.
You know, I was reading this article about energy of the future. Fossil fuels like oil and coal have become our main energy sources.
What is the meaning of this? Fossil fuels. Do you know what is the meaning of this? Combustibles fósiles, correcto. So, fuel puede ser gasolina, pero no solo eso, sino combustible en general, ¿no? Fossil fuels, combustibles fósiles. Like oil. What is the meaning of oil?
Aceite.
Petróleo.
Ambos tienen razón. That's right. Very good. Oil, aceite. Like, for example, I'm going to cook with oil. Voy a cocinar con aceite. I'm going to fry something. Voy a freír algo, ¿no? That's right. Oil, aceite. But also, like you said, petróleo. También es el petróleo. Oil. Very good. Very good. También existe la palabra petroleum, pero casi nadie la usa. En español es normal petróleo, pero en inglés es muy rebuscado. Suena muy filático decir petroleum, ¿sí? Entonces, por eso normalmente se dice oil al petróleo. So, very good. Fossil fuels like oil and coal. Do you know what is the meaning of coal? C-O-A-L?
Carbón.
Yes, very good. Carbón. El carbón. Ahora, si ustedes hablan del carbón, aunque bueno, en realidad es casi lo mismo, pero el carbón como el elemento químico en la tabla periódica, that is carbon, right? Carbon. However, when we use it in a way that is more mundane and day-to-day, de una manera más cotidiana, diríamos más bien coal, correcto, para el carbón. So, fossil fuels like oil and coal have become our main energy sources. What is the meaning of sources?
recursos.
Fuentes.
Se parece mucho a recursos. Noten que, sí, correcto, y lo que dijeron por ahí también es correcto. Si pusiera una RM quedaría resources, que es recursos. Solamente sources es fuentes, fuentes. Y tiene mucha relación fuentes y recursos, pues, ¿no es cierto? Entonces, por ende, sources and resources are very similar words. Okay, very good. Just to finish, so don't forget about this vocabulary, okay? Fossil fuels, combustibles fósiles. Oil, ustedes saben, es aceite, pero también es el petróleo, como bien dijo, creo que fue Mateo o alguien más. Oil, petróleo, and coal es el carbón, como bien dijeron también. All right, very good. So, and sources, the last one. Sources, fuentes, okay? Let's listen to this one more time.
You know, I was reading this article about energy of the future. Fossil fuels like oil and coal have become our main energy sources.
Yeah, but we need safer energy.
This article says we're making progress with other kinds of energy. It predicts that in 50 years, we will be using only green energy sources,
Very good. So that was one of the predictions.
like wind and solar energy.
What is the meaning of wind?
Vientos.
Very good.
Wouldn't that be wonderful?
And it said that with electronic devices, we won't have to wait for them to charge.
So this was the other prediction. Esta era la otra predicción, ¿no? With electronic devices like your cell phone or your computer, we won't have to wait for them to charge.
We'll be able to charge our phones or computers in just a few minutes.
That's a dream, right? Okay, let's leave it there, guys. Let's leave money for tomorrow. Now, for tomorrow, what is going to be your homework for tomorrow? We're going to make, again, a simple video. Vamos a hacer un video, pero sencillo, ¿sí? Un video sencillo, ¿ok? Y es el del speaking de la unidad 10, ¿ok? Así mismo, como la vez anterior. Vamos a hacer el video, lo vamos a subir a YouTube. Por favor, no en privado, porque ahí no lo puedo ver, sino en oculto, para que si quieren solo lo vea yo, o en público, si no les importa que vea quien sea, ¿no? Pero pueden subir en oculto para que no tengan vergüenza y vea solo yo, ¿sí? Y asimismo ponemos el link en la parte del speaking. Ya les voy ayer, perdonen que tuve un problema, pero ahora, este mismo instante, voy a escribirles detalles acerca del video que tienen que hacer, pero nuevamente, no es nada difícil, no es nada complicado, entonces en una media hora deberían ya terminar, ¿ok? So that's gonna be it for tomorrow, all right? Yes.
Okay, teacher.
Teacher.
You're welcome. Was there a question? Sorry,
Thank you,
a question?
Teacher.
You're welcome.
Thank you, bye.
You're welcome, everybody. You're welcome, everybody.
Thank you, teacher. Bye.
Goodbye, everybody.
Thank you, teacher.
You're welcome, everybody. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, teacher.
You're welcome.
Teacher,
Yes. Yes, Mateo.
teacher, I have a problem with my computer. I don't know what's happening, but yo le mandé al servicio técnico, así que no sé cuándo pueda terminar. Bueno, el video sí puedo subir desde YouTube y grabar todo, pero abajo anterior estoy más que un problema de hacer, de entrar al campus, porque, o sea, no puedo entrar directamente desde el celular, no sé qué pasa. Y tenía para hacer el trabajo que me faltaba de la anterior clase. Si es que me podría dejar presentar un poquito más tarde.
Ok, Mateo. Listo, no hay problema. Ahora,
solo que me entreguen la computadora y ya.
Entiendo, Mateo. Ahora, normalmente desde el celular sí se puede entrar al campus sin problema, ¿no? Entonces, no sé qué pasaría, pero típicamente no suele haber problema con eso. Entonces, si es que tiene chance de entrar desde el celular, intentemos, pero no hay problema, le abro ahora. ¿Cuál trabajo era el de la self-evaluation?
El último, el que mandó que era para hoy día.
Ya, el de la self-evaluation, entonces. ¿Sí? Listo, Mateo, listo. Entonces le abro un poco más.
Sí, profe.
Yeah, all right.
Muchísimas gracias.
You're welcome.
Yesterday I could connect it because I had to do the shopping.
Oh yeah, you told me. Yeah. Don't worry. It's okay.
Okay, teacher. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Just don't forget to take a look at the class that is on YouTube. All right.
Okay.
Okay. Goodbye, Katrina. See you.
Bye.